You see this? This is a blank piece of Bristol board, a blank piece of comic book paper that I have in here. This is the first page of part 2 of Kill the Messenger. I believe the title will be Black Monday, and it's my comic book that is set in Boston in the 1980s, concerning the life of a young girl bike messenger and her 3 other roommates and her friends, and how she winds up into serious trouble with the underworld and inner city politics and corruption in Boston. The first issue is finished. It's in the can. I just completed the last page yesterday. The back side, like if this were the comic book, it would be the back side. And like this, this is another storyline I created called Mayfield 8. I'm going to dive deep into this in a long series of videos of each aspect of creating a comic, because I don't think I ever made one where we're literally starting from zero. Well, I do have one chapter already finished here, but this is the second chapter, and the second chapter I haven't so much as drawn one pencil line on. What I have done, this kind of stuff. It's a series of, this is a board I got from work that I started writing on. And then Post-it notes and more little cards and boards. Hang on, I dropped one. Here it is. Oh, it fell into the spider webs. Okay, another one. And another one, and even like the a flat that she shares with her roommates in Dorchester. There's basically a blueprint of where everybody's bedroom is and where the stairs are and all that. That too goes on the bulletin board. But most importantly, these are kind of like little brain farts, if you will, like little notes here. One of these is how her method of delivering packages combined with a map of Boston. There's a party. There's a meeting with underworld mob people. Okay. And yet, I don't think I'm really spoiling too much by getting that detailed. And this is stuff that may or may not be useful for the comic book. So for all the writers out there who say, oh, I want my story to be great and I don't know where to begin, I don't know what to do, try this. Just write everything and anything down, and think of this as like your refrigerator full of all the stuff that you could have for dinner. All the ingredients, the things you could cook up. They're not necessarily the story itself, but they're potential ingredients to steal, use, borrow for your story, or not. It keeps it kind of loose and open and free that way. And what I like about this is that it helps in turn with the structure of the 6-part story I want to do, in that I think about, oh yeah, this is like this part right here is actually a description of the nuts and bolts of what drives the conflict in the story, and the main villains and the hero, my girl bike messenger Tabitha Greer. And that could be like the main structure, the main chassis upon which this story is going to be built upon, the main framework. And that kind of helps out knowing what size the story is going to be and what will happen in each issue. It's a very, very eclectic and conceptual kind of thing. But like I said, there's certain things that have a deep grounded structure to the story. Next tutorial, we'll talk more about how the two kinds of script writing I use. There's the outline format, and then there's the actual script with um, the character's name and their dialogue and all that. And so we'll get more into that later. But as a beginning, we've now started part 2 of Kill the Messenger, Black Monday.